Have you ever had someone tell you, "This is amazing, I love what you do, send me the link," only to be ghosted when it's time to pay? You're not alone. It's not personal. Don't take it personal. It means their brain hasn't been convinced yet. In my last video, I spoke about how to handle rejection in business and sales without letting it crush you. Today, we're taking it one step deeper into why people really buy. Because often it's not about your price, and it's not even about your offer. It's about how the brain sees your offer, period. In this video, I'll show you 6 powerful psychological triggers that will get people to buy from you without manipulation, pressure, or chasing. Quick note, if you are into mindset, business, and faith, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Turn on the notification bell so you do not miss out on any of the good stuff that will be coming out. Okay, cool. I've gotten that out of the way, so let's dive in. Let me tell you a quick story. I walked into the high street just to do some window shopping. I wasn't planning to buy anything. But when I walked into that shop, the space was clean, the music was calming, and the staff were very friendly. They even greeted me when I walked in. Within 10 minutes, I found myself buying something, even though I had not planned to buy anything. Why? Because it felt like a place where people spend money. That feeling made me trust them instantly. And psychologists call that the halo effect. It means when one thing looks good, that could be the vibe, your branding, or your content, people assume automatically everything about you is good, including whatever it is that you're selling. So ask yourself, if you're running your business on social media, I want you to ask yourself, is your social media or your website, is it giving I know what I'm doing kind of vibes? Do people feel like they can trust you? Do they feel like you know what you're talking about or you know what you're doing? When they step on your website, when they come on your social media handles? Let me tell you something for a fact. You don't need to be perfect. Just be polished and intentional, and you're good to go. Number 2, people remember the beginning of something and the end of something. That is what sticks. There's a myth in sales which says that you have to say a lot. You have to convince people a lot in order for them to buy from you. And that is a myth. You want to hear the truth? The truth is people only remember 2 things. What you said at the beginning and what you said at the end. They don't often remember what has been said in the middle. So whatever you're going to say at the start and whatever you're going to say at the end needs to be powerful. It needs to have a punch in order for people to remember what you have just said. And that is called the primacy and recency effect. That's why your first sentence on your sales page, or maybe your email marketing, the first thing that you're going to say needs to hook attention fast. We are living in a time whereby people's attention span is so short. Within 3 seconds, you need to say something that is going to get them hooked, or else they're going to go past whatever it is that you have just presented them with. Whatever you say at the end should be able to seal that deal. The next time you're creating your content or your sales page, I want you, or your emails, I want you to try this out. I want you to start with a bold statement. Start with what if kind of statement, or a relatable pain point. What is it that the people in your industry are currently facing? What kind of challenges or struggles? What kind of solution are they looking for? So start from that angle and end with a direct call to action. What is it that you want them to do now that they have read and gone through all these things that you have said? In the end, you need to tell them what you need them to do. And that could sound something like this. DM me the word fitness. So this is when, let's say you are a fitness coach and you've just written your sales page or your content on your social media handle, and then you end off with DM me the word fitness, and I'll show you how to apply these strategies in your fitness routine. So this is how you end. You are giving them something to take action on. Do not end or finish your content without giving people the next step. So don't let your best stuff get buried in the middle. Number 3, remind them right before taking the decision. Have you ever watched a perfume ad? An ad for a perfume? They always end with the same whispery voice. That's not by accident. It's psychology. The recency effect that I was talking about. The recency effect says that people remember what they have heard or saw last. So that's when you get to repeat the key benefits of what you offer. Okay, so this is what you need to do next. Before someone click the link to buy or maybe to book an appointment with you, remind them what they're going to expect when they click that link or when they book that appointment with you. For example, if you're a business coach, you need to remind people, this is not just another call that you are booking. This is not just another appointment. This is not just another course. It's how you finally start to attract clients without the burnout. You see what you're doing there? You're just reminding them of what they're going to expect before they come for the call or the appointment with you. Number 4, repetition builds trust. So here's a myth I want to bust. And that is, if they don't buy from you for the first time, that means they're not interested. That's not true. That is false. In most cases, people need to see your offer like 5 to 7 times, sometimes even more, before they actually feel ready to buy from you. They need to see you talking about this same product or offer between 5 to 7 times before they're actually convinced to say, you know what, I think it's time I make my purchase. So this is what we call the familiarity bias. We trust what we often see. Have you ever noticed the more you see an ad on TV, the more you start to trust that company? Because you've been seeing it left, right, and center. You on telly, on YouTube, you're on Facebook. You see ads from that same company, and that's when you start to build the trust. You get the picture. So we trust what we often see. And another thing is, think about songs. And I can really relate to this seriously. You might not like that song the first time you hear it, but after the 5th time of hearing it, you're now humming to it. The song has now grown onto you because you've listened to it over and over again. If you had only listened to it once, you might still not like it, but the more you listen to that song, that's when you start to like that song. So that's the same thing when it comes to your sales. When people see your offer or whatever, they're not sold yet because it's the first time that they are seeing this offer. So if you're on social media with your business, show up, be consistent, talk about your offer, talk about whatever it is that you're selling 3 to 5 times a week. That's the only way to get more people buying into you, because they are seeing that offer over and over again and from different angles. Talk about it on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, wherever you can shout it from the rooftops so that they see that offer over and over again from different angles. Talk about stories, use stories. Talk about client wins, common mistakes that people are making in your industry. Talk about behind the scenes. If your business is being run on social media, people also want to know what is happening behind the scenes. Because it's not like when you walk into a shop on the high street, people get to see everything. But because you're online, people need to see what is happening behind the scenes. It all builds trust in the end. Number 5, loss or losing feels worse than winning feels good. I'm going to say that again. When you lose something, it feels worse than winning feels good. I hope that makes sense to you. You know that feeling you feel when you lose something? It's so crushing. It feels worse than when you actually win something. So let me paint a picture for you. Imagine yourself walking past a bakery and you see one little cinnamon roll left on the shelves. Suddenly, you need it. You feel more hungry than you felt before, even if you weren't hungry before. Why? Because your brain hates missing out more than it loves gaining something. That is called loss aversion. We are wired to avoid loss at all costs. On your sales page, instead of saying only 3 spots left or only 3 items left, only 3 pieces left, whatever it is that you are offering, I want you to try something like this. If you're a coach, I want you to try something like this. Only 3 spots left, and once they are gone, they are gone. You see, you didn't just only talk about how many spots have been left, but you are reminding them that when these 3 spots are gone, they are gone. Or let's say you're offering a bonus or something when someone buys your offer. You remind them, this bonus disappears in 24 hours. There's something about when you are reminded or given a deadline that makes people wake up, that makes people more alert. When you give them a deadline, they know that, right, I don't have that much time to still make a decision. I've got only 24 hours to go. And that helps to create urgency within people. Number 6, the middle option wins almost every time. So what am I talking about when I'm saying the middle option? Here's something funny you'll notice now that I've said it. If you look at cafes, Netflix plans, they give you 3 options. And that is small, medium, or large. Basic, pro, or premium. Why? Because most people choose the middle. If you ever notice that, when you're giving 3 options of prices, the majority of the time, people always run for the middle because they think the middle is the best. Maybe the first option, they might be thinking, why is it so cheap? The last option, they might be thinking, oh, that's a bit too expensive. But the middle, it always feels right for people. That's because it feels safe. It feels smart, not too cheap, and not too pricey. So that's what we call the middle bias. And you can use that too in your pricing. Depending on the type of business that you have, if you're a coach, a consultant, or you provide done-for-you services, you're an agency, whatever it is that you're doing, you can create a package. And that package will have 3 different price tiers. So always price your middle price to feel like that's the best price. You'll be surprised how many people will pick it because that feels right for them. Just because it feels right. So let me just remind you, just a quick reminder, you don't have to be pushing people and making people buy under pressure or duress. Selling is about presenting your offer in a way that builds trust within their brain, in a way that their brain already understands and trusts. It's like, think about setting up a table for dinner. If the food smells great, the lighting feels cozy, and the napkin nicely folded, people want to sit down. And the best part, you don't need to manipulate people. You don't need to use any car salesman tricks to get people to buy. You just need to be strategic. There should be an experience that you offer when people are buying your product. Have you ever noticed that when you go to a spa to have your nails done or you have a massage, you are buying an experience? So try and package your offer in a way that gives them an experience that they would want to come and buy again or even refer people to you because of that one experience that they had or they have every time that they purchase something from you. So next week I'm going to be continuing on this topic on the psychology of sales part 2. But before you go, if you missed the video that I made last week, go and watch that video on how to handle rejection in sales and in business. And if this video has helped you, comment part 2 in the comments so I know that you are ready for part 2. But before you go, make sure to like this video, share with a friend who needs it, and subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Thank you for hanging around with me and do take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.